In today's video, I'm going to show you all which list that you should be targeting right now in your wholesale real estate business. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned vet, this is what I believe are the best lists to target on PropStream to find these motivated sellers. So the first thing I'm going to do is share my screen with you all. All right, so now I'm here on PropStream, put in Charlotte, North Carolina, around 340,000 properties. Now, the first thing is I like to look at what's happening in the market. So one thing is softening home prices still strain for affordability as foreclosure and unemployment rates rise. All right, so home prices are still high for people. That's one thing that you need to consider because you're going to be selling these deals to home flippers, people who will be eventually selling them to regular people. And so it's important to understand, okay, is there a slowdown? All right, if there's a slowdown, what part of the real estate market is slowing down? And it seems like these type of houses are slowing down, just regular fixer-uppers, it seems like. And even me, I sold the flip and it took me 6 plus months to sell it. And so yeah, that's something that you have to consider. Next thing is foreclosures activity rises in Q1 2026. So once again, this is increasing, foreclosures increasing, still not to the level I believe as pre-pandemic level. So during the first quarter, it's up 6% from previous quarter, up 26% from a year ago. Shows that over 45,000, almost 46,000 with foreclosure filing in March, up 18% from the previous month, up 28% from a year ago. Okay, completed foreclosures posting solid year-over-year gains, while volumes remain below historic peaks. The continued rise, especially in starts and bank repossessions, suggests financial pressure may be building for some homeowners and could signal a shift in the housing market. A total of 82,000 properties started foreclosure process in Q1. That's up 7%, up 20% year ago. These are the states with the greatest foreclosure starts. Well, usually they're going to be larger states. So Texas, California, Georgia, and New York. And then home flipping profits lowest since Great Recession. Interesting. And the way they calculate profits, they just see, okay, what did an investor buy it for and what did they sell it for? They don't take into account the renovation. So they show almost 300,000 single-family homes and condos were flipped in 2025. That was the fewest home flips recorded in a year since 2020. So even investors are slowing down. So as you're targeting these properties, you have to make sure it's a deal because investors are not buying them as much. They understand the market is shifting and changing. So they're not going to put themselves in that type of risk. Down 3.9%. Homes flipped by investor accounted for 7.4% of all home sales. That's down 7.6%. The highest medium home sale prices on record. And investor profits margin shrunk. So homes are still selling for high prices, but the profit margins are lower, down from 77,000 in 2024. So it was 65,000. So they experienced a boom a decade after 2008. Typical home flips were acquired for less than 150,000. Profit margins were consistently exceeded 50%, reached 61 in 2012. Competition for homes remains strong. Flippers are having to get more creative to maintain profitability, taking older homes. As the medium flip property in 2025 was built in 1978, the oldest since we began tracking. Okay, interesting. So yeah, all of these things matter. So when you're on PropStream, understand this information. By the way, if you're interested in PropStream, check my link down below. You get a 7 free day trial using my link, and it just helps support this channel. So please be sure to check out the link down below. Now, let's go and look at some foreclosure. Okay, so all I'm going to do, let's go to filters. All right, you all. And then from here, click pre-foreclosures. And you have 777 properties that you can target in Charlotte, North Carolina. Now, to filter it down even more, go to filter. And you can say, okay, obviously, let's say you want them to own it for at least 5 years. It doesn't even have to be 5 years. Let's say a little bit more, 7 years. I'm trying to get that pre-pandemic equity. So you can do that, 7 years ownership, or it doesn't matter. And then what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go to volume equity And then I'm going to go estimated equity 30%. You can just do that. You don't even have to do the year, so you can make sure they have enough equity in the property that you can wholesale these properties. 50% around 444, so around the same amount as when we did 5 years ownership or more. So that's what I would do. And then the next thing is that I think it's important to look at, now that homes are being flipped and they're not as profitable. It says here that buyers are looking for older homes. So what you can do here is, let's say we keep the value and equity at 50%. So you remember we put that right there. Where is it? Let me go to it for you all. Okay, I guess I have to go all the way down. So 50% right here. Next thing we're going to do is years of ownership. Let's just put 7 years here. And then for flip properties, we want to put year built. And let's say maximum 1980, right? Because they said, a lot of homes were being bought at 1978, around 1978 range. Or does it say that? As the medium flip property in 2025 was built in 1978, medium. So that's important to figure out. So you can target those properties. Year built, the maximum year is 1980. And just look for these older homes that flippers may be looking at. The thing is, a lot of flippers won't touch a super old home, so 1930. So what I would do is I would put it up to like 1950, right? And that's your average rent style home that you can find in most areas. And so this is another list that I would target. Make sure it's residential and things of that nature. And so even though it's 38,000, you can zero down to your specific area and draw right here. So of course they have a draw icon right here. And let's say I just want to target this area down here. And you all may know this area. I don't know if it's expensive or not. They have a $1.3 million home in areas like this. And yeah, you can check it out, see if it's something that you all want to target. And so we're just going to keep this list right here and just continue going down and looking at other lists that you could target right now. I think me personally, I like the failed listing list right now because a lot of homeowners, they're not getting what they want for their properties. And so these properties are going to be great properties that you can help buy, right? And the thing is, you can either hold them as a rental if you want to hold them, or you can sell them to your cash buyer, of course. So the one thing too is I noticed rental demand is still high. Yes, there's more options for different things, but I believe that rentals are going to be a great safe haven for a lot of investors because people are not buying as many homes, right? The volume has gone down. So what are they doing? They're renting. So, finding properties that you can find renters, find a cash buyer who's a landlord who's trying to hold on to properties. Yes, it may need a little bit of work, but they're able to fix it and then, sell it off or whatnot. I think that's key. In understanding all of this. And then just looking down, some areas of PropStream that you need to be aware of. This is PropStream intelligence. So helps you, it uses AI to understand if a property is in distress or not in distress. And I think with the rise in AI, especially in wholesale real estate, it's important that you understand how to use this. So overall property condition. This is what I would focus on. Yes, you can do all of these other stuff, and maybe exterior might be better because maybe they're able to gauge exterior a little bit better because maybe PropStream is using Google Maps to take a look at it. So for example, let's just say minimum is disrepair. Let's just go super, or the maximum is poor. Let's just see what shows up and if they have any photos. So they only have 38 properties. Okay, and let's just check one out. Well, this looks like a flipped home, right? This looks like a flipped home and everything. So this was a home and they flipped it. You see that? So this was a property. So I want to make sure none of these are listed. I wonder if there's any other that have a, okay. So this house was listed. So you see the disrepair on this property. All right. And when was this property last bought? So it was bought in 2025. So it was bought, and that's why you can do that. You can go down to filters and you want to own it. You want to have the minimum ownership of 5 years, for example. And let's see what shows up. So these are the properties that show up. And so I'm just walking you all through what I would do if I'm using AI in order to find these types of properties. And my computer is slowing down. But once again, this looks like a flip property. They cleaned it up at least. But the roof is still bad. You see that? The roof is still bad. So yeah, that's how you would use AI and PropStream. All right, you all, hope you all enjoyed this video on using PropStream in your wholesale real estate business. Check my link down below and I'll talk to you all later.